Okay, so I've brought up this question millions of times when I've been questioning myself in terms of my faith and my journey, and it's what like you're supposed to feel if you like acknowledge that you've done something wrong or if you've sinned. And it's kind of a controversial topic. It can go many different ways. People have different opinions about it. But reading 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10, it says, Godly sorrow brings repentance that leads to salvation and leaves no regret, but worldly sorrow brings death. And then it follows with, see what this godly sorrow has produced in you. What earnestness, what eagerness to clear yourselves, what indignation, what alarm, what longing, what concern, what readiness to see justice done. At every point you have proved yourselves to be innocent in this matter. So like, if you have like godly sorrow and you like acknowledge that you've done wrong, but you don't live in regret with it, that is what proves you're innocent in this matter, and that's what helps you, turn away from sin. And this kind of goes off of the last video I did. It's like, if you're focused on the sin, that's where you're more likely to be self-centered and, tend to like do it more. Like, you try to not make a certain mistake, you're going to make that mistake. And it's acknowledging like you're all going to make mistakes. You can't live in regret. You just got to move on, acknowledge it, and acknowledge what you've done, and then learn from it, and you'll be better from it. So a person can be sorry that he or she was caught in sin, or sorry to have to bear the consequences without repenting of sin. And true sorrow leads to a change of heart, turning to God, repentance, and repenting meaning the change of direction, which results in spiritual deliverance. And this is just really shows that it's really just about your heart posture, and showing your willingness to be better. Just acknowledging that you've done wrong, but you'll be better from it, and you're not living in that regret, because living in regret is not godly at all. It's just worldly. And when it says death, it means spiritual death. Like, if you're in worldly sorrow, it's going to be self-centered, and you're going to be so focused on that regret, and that's just what's going to bring you down, and that's what brings you away from God, which is why it can bring spiritual death. And I don't mean to like preach on sin so much, it's just it kind of tied into the video I had before, and also this is something that I've wondered for so long, and I didn't even know there was a verse right there. It just answers it. If you're sitting in regret, or you're worried about like, I'm not doing this right, oh my gosh, I'm worried if like, I wonder what God thinks of me, am I doing something wrong, am I not gonna make it to heaven, like that's what you're doing wrong, is you're worrying so much about that, and that's self-centered of you, and that's what that worldly sorrow is. And just run away from that. The godly sorrow is just acknowledging, hey, I've done something wrong, I can just learn from it and do better next time, and God will see that in your heart posture, and then you'll be better from it.